Lesson 1: Tragic Incidents.
I heard about that terrible incident on the cruise ship last month. It's such a tragedy.
I know, it's just heartbreaking. From what I've read, there weren't enough lifeboats to accommodate all the passengers.
That's the worst part. Usually, when something like this occurs, the company is not adequately prepared.
Absolutely. Safety should always be the top priority, especially for large-scale operations like that.
Definitely. It's inexcusable that they didn't have proper emergency procedures and equipment in place.
I agree. The survivors must be going through so much trauma. It's just a devastating situation all around.
Absolutely. My heart goes out to all the victims and their families. Incidents like this really highlight the importance of stringent safety regulations.
Definitely. Going forward, I hope this leads to major industry reforms to prevent anything similar from happening again.
Me too. No one should have to endure such a horrific ordeal. It's just unacceptable.
Lesson 2: Booking a room.
Morning, Anna. I need to book a hotel room for my upcoming trip. Can you help me with that?
Absolutely, John. What kind of room are you looking for?
Well, if possible, I'd love to get a room with a nice view.
Okay, let me see what I can find. A room with a view would be lovely.
That would be great. I'm flexible on the specifics, as long as it has a nice vista.
Understood. I'll check on availability for rooms with scenic outlooks.
Wonderful, I appreciate you looking into that for me.
No problem at all. What dates did you need the room for?
I'll be there from the 15th to the 20th of next month.
Got it, let me see what I can find for those dates.
Excellent, thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to the trip.
I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time. Ah, here we go, I found a great option.
Oh, perfect. What are the details?
It's a lovely room at the Grand Hotel, with a stunning view of the cityscape.
Sounds lovely. Can you go ahead and book that for me?
Absolutely, I'll take care of that right now.
Wonderful, I really appreciate you handling this for me.
Lesson 3: Civic Duty.
Hey Anna, can I ask you something about our civic responsibilities?
Absolutely. What's on your mind?
Well, I was thinking about the importance of demanding integrity from our elected representatives.
That's a great point. I agree it's crucial we hold our leaders accountable.
Definitely. I try to stay informed on the issues so I can make educated choices at the ballot box.
That's admirable. It's easy to get caught up in the noise, but being an informed voter is so important.
Absolutely. I make it a point to research the candidates and their platforms before every election.
That's a great habit. I do the same. It helps cut through all the rhetoric and spin.
Exactly. And I think we need to go beyond just voting, we should also be engaged citizens.
I couldn't agree more. Things like attending town halls, contacting our representatives, and staying involved.
Precisely. An informed and engaged citizenry is the bedrock of a healthy democracy.
Well said. It's our civic duty to be active participants in the process.
Couldn't have put it better myself. This is such an important topic, and I'm glad we see eye to eye on it.
Me too. It's heartening to know there are others out there who take this stuff seriously.
Absolutely. Thanks for chatting with me about this. It's good to know we've got each other's backs.
Lesson 4: Exploring the Hawaiian Islands.
Hey Anna, have you ever been to Hawaii?
No, I haven't had the chance yet. But I'd love to visit someday.
It's an amazing place. There are actually quite a few islands that make up Hawaii.
Oh really? I didn't realize there were multiple islands. Which ones are the main ones?
The 5 larger islands are Hawaii, Maui, Oahu, Kauai, and Molokai.
Wow, that's a lot more than I expected. What are the main attractions on each island?
Well, Hawaii, also called the Big Island, has volcanoes and incredible nature. Maui is known for its beautiful beaches and whale watching.
Interesting. What about Oahu?
Oahu is home to Honolulu and Waikiki Beach, as well as Pearl Harbor.
Ah yes, I've heard a lot about Waikiki and Pearl Harbor. What about the other islands?
Kauai is often called the Garden Island for its lush, tropical landscape. Molokai is a bit more rural and has a slower pace.
It sounds like each island has its own unique charm. I'd love to explore them all someday.
Definitely, there's so much to see and do across the Hawaiian Islands.
It's definitely on my bucket list now. Thanks for telling me more about them.
My pleasure. Hawaii is such an amazing destination, I'm sure you'll love it when you get a chance to visit.
Lesson 5: Grocery Shopping Escapades.
Alright, I think we've got everything on our list. Shall we head to the checkout?
Definitely, I'm ready to pay for our groceries and get out of here.
Sounds good. Oh, looks like there's a short line at the register over there.
Great, let's go join the queue then. I'm getting a bit hungry, can't wait to get home and start cooking.
Me too, I've been eyeing those fresh veggies we got. I'm thinking a nice stir fry for dinner.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. I brought some soy sauce we can use too.
Perfect, that'll really make the flavors pop. I can't wait to try it.
Alright, we're next in line. Time to unload the cart onto the conveyor belt.
Okay, let me start placing the items up there. Can you hand me the bread and eggs?
Sure, here you go. I'll keep an eye on the total as the cashier scans everything.
Awesome, thanks. Looks like our total is coming out to be pretty reasonable.
Yeah, not too bad at all. Alright, I've got my wallet ready. Which payment method do you want to use?
Let's go with my credit card, that'll be the easiest. Hand it over when the cashier's ready.
You got it. And there we go, all paid up. Time to grab the bags and head home.
Perfect, can't wait to start cooking. This was a successful grocery run for sure.
Lesson 6, Booking the Getaway.
Hey Anna, I've been looking at some accommodation options for our trip.
Awesome, what did you find? I'm excited to start finalizing the details.
Well, there's a really nice beach resort that has great reviews.
Ooh, that sounds perfect. What kind of amenities does it offer?
It has a private beach, multiple pools, and several on-site restaurants.
Perfect. That ticks a lot of the boxes we were looking for.
Absolutely. And the rooms look really spacious and comfortable.
Wonderful. What about the pricing? Is it within our budget?
It's actually quite reasonable, especially if we book early.
Excellent, that's great news. Okay, let's go ahead and reserve a room.
Sounds good. I'll handle the booking and send you all the details.
Wonderful, thank you. I can't wait to start packing for our getaway.
Me neither, this is going to be an amazing trip. I've got a good feeling about it.
Same here. Alright, I'll let you take care of the accommodation booking.
You got it. I'll be in touch shortly with the confirmation.
Perfect, I appreciate you taking care of that. This is going to be so much fun.
Absolutely. Can't wait to make some great memories together.
Lesson 7, Playtime with Pets.
Hey Anna, have you noticed how much our dog loves playing with toys?
Absolutely. He gets so excited whenever we bring out his favorite ball or chew toy.
I know, it's the cutest thing. How often do you usually play with him?
I try to set aside at least 30 minutes a day for dedicated playtime. It's important to keep him active and engaged.
That's a great idea. I've been meaning to do the same, but sometimes I get caught up with work and forget.
I understand, life can get busy. But it's worth making the time. Our furry friend really thrives on the attention.
You're absolutely right. Maybe we can set aside an hour on the weekends for a longer play session?
Sounds perfect. I'm sure he'd love that. We could even take him to the park to run around.
Good call. He always has so much fun chasing after his toys there.
Definitely. Oh, and we should probably stock up on some new toys too, keep things interesting for him.
Excellent point. I'll make a note to pick up a few more things next time we're at the pet store.
Great, I'm sure he'll be overjoyed. He's such a good boy, he deserves all the playtime in the world.
I couldn't agree more. Alright, let's make a plan for our next big playdate with him.
Lesson 8, Tech Support.
I'm having some trouble with my laptop. Can you take a look?
Of course, let me see what's going on. What seems to be the problem?
Well, it keeps freezing up on me whenever I try to open a certain file.
That's not good. Have you tried restarting the laptop?
Yeah, I did that, but it's still acting up. The file won't open no matter what I do.
Okay, let me take a closer look. Can you show me which file it is?
It's this report I've been working on. I really need to get it finished today.
I see, let me check if there's any issue with the file itself. Or it could be a software problem.
I was afraid of that. Is there anything I can do to fix it?
Well, first, let's try opening the file in a different program, just to rule that out.
Good idea. I'll try opening it in Google Docs and see if that works.
Great, let me know how that goes. If the issue persists, we may need to do a deeper dive.
Alright, fingers crossed. I really can't afford any more delays on this report.
No worries, we'll get to the bottom of this. I'm happy to walk you through some troubleshooting steps.
Awesome, thanks so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to help me out.
Lesson 9, Misunderstood.
Hey Anna, I need to talk to you about something.
Okay, what's up? I'm listening.
Well, it's about what I said earlier. I feel like I was misunderstood.
Oh really? What do you mean? I thought I understood you clearly.
No, that's not what I meant at all. I think I expressed myself poorly.
I see, can you clarify what you were trying to say then?
Yeah, let me try to explain it better. I wasn't trying to be intransigent.
Okay, go on. I'm curious to hear your perspective.
It's just that I was facing a lot of opposition from those Philistine people.
Ah, I see, that puts it in a different light. I think I misunderstood your intent.
Exactly, I didn't mean to come across that way. I was just frustrated, you know?
Gotcha, no worries. I'm glad we cleared that up. Communication can be tricky.
You're telling me. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen and understand.
Lesson 10, Corporate Gossip.
Yo, Anna, have you heard about the new merger happening in the industry?
No, I haven't. What's going on? Fill me in, I'm curious.
Apparently, two of the biggest companies in our field are joining forces.
Whoa, that's huge news. Do you know any of the details about the merger?
From what I've heard, it's going to create a powerhouse in the market.
Interesting, I wonder how that's going to impact the competitive landscape.
Yeah, it's making waves for sure. I bet it's going to shake things up.
No doubt. I can't imagine the other players in the industry are happy about it.
Exactly, I bet they're feeling a bit threatened right now.
I can imagine. This merger could really change the dynamics, huh?
Definitely, it's going to be fascinating to see how it all plays out.
I agree, it's going to be worth keeping an eye on for sure.
Absolutely, I'm really curious to see what happens next with all of this.
Lesson 11, Historical Intrigue.
Hey Anna, did you hear about what happened between the Indian forces and the American leader?
No, I haven't heard about that. What's the story? I'm intrigued.
Apparently, the Indian forces managed to convince the American leader to hand over everything.
Wow, that's quite a development. How did they manage to pull that off?
From what I gathered, a guy named Fitzgibbon was able to induce the American leader.
Interesting, I wonder what kind of tactics or leverage Fitzgibbon used to sway the leader.
I'm not entirely sure, but it seems like it was quite the impressive feat of persuasion.
Definitely, getting an American leader to hand over everything is no small accomplishment.
Yeah, it must have taken some serious negotiation skills and strategic maneuvering.
I'm really curious to learn more about the details behind this whole incident.
Me too, it's the kind of historical event that makes you wonder what was really going on.
Absolutely, there's probably more to the story than what's being reported.
For sure, I bet there are all kinds of interesting political undercurrents at play.
Lesson 12, Secondhand Smoke Concerns.
Say, have you heard about the issues with secondhand smoke lately?
Yeah, I have. It seems to be a growing concern these days.
Absolutely, I read that some people think secondhand smoke can be just as harmful.
Wow, really? I knew it was bad, but I didn't realize it could be that serious.
Apparently, even if you're not the one smoking, just being around it can affect your health.
That's crazy. I wonder why it's taken so long for this to really be addressed.
Well, the tobacco industry has fought against regulation for a long time, from what I understand.
Figures. Profits over public health, as usual. It's so frustrating.
I know, right? But it seems like attitudes are finally starting to shift.
That's good to hear. People deserve to be able to breathe clean air, you know?
Definitely. Everyone should have the right to avoid involuntary exposure to secondhand smoke.
Exactly. It's an important public health issue that needs more attention.
Agreed. I hope we continue to see more progress on this front.
Lesson 13, wrapped up and ready to go.
Hey Anna, I've got everything packed up and ready to go. Is there anything else we need?
Let me double check. I think we've got all the essentials covered.
Great, I'm glad we're all set. This trip is going to be so much fun.
Absolutely. I can't wait to get out of the city for a bit.
Me neither. Some peace and quiet in the countryside will be perfect.
Definitely. A nice change of pace from the hustle and bustle here.
For sure. And no more secondhand smoke to worry about either.
Good point. That'll be a nice break too. No more dealing with that.
Exactly. This is going to be a relaxing, smoke-free getaway.
I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for helping me get everything ready.
Of course, happy to assist. Shall we head out then?
Yes, let's do it. I'm all set and raring to go.
Excellent, then let's hit the road.
Lesson 14, The Unstoppable Machine.
Say, did you hear about that new robotic technology they're working on?
No, what have you heard? I'm curious to learn more.
Apparently, it's this machine that's designed to be almost indestructible.
Wow, really? How is that even possible? Machines usually have their limits.
That's the thing, this one is built to slowly but surely outlast everything.
That sounds a bit concerning. I can't imagine that's a good thing.
You'd think so, but they say it's revolutionary. It just keeps going no matter what.
Yikes, that's a little unsettling. A machine that can't be stopped sounds dangerous.
I know, right? It's like an unstoppable force just slowly grinding everything down.
Scary. I wonder what the real-world applications for something like that could be.
That's a good question. I'm not sure, but it doesn't seem like it could lead to anything good.
Lesson 15, Inheriting the Land.
Morning. Have you heard about the latest development in that land ownership debate?
No, I haven't. What's going on? I'm curious to learn more.
Apparently, there's a new philosophy that the strong should inherit the land.
The strong? What do you mean by that? Sounds a bit concerning.
Well, the idea is that those with the means and willpower should be the ones to own the land.
That doesn't really seem fair or democratic, does it?
That's the thing, they're saying democracy isn't the answer. The strong should rule.
Yikes, that's a little authoritarian, don't you think? I don't like the sound of that.
I know, it's a pretty radical idea. But they believe it's the only way to make real progress.
Progress? By letting the powerful take over? I'm not convinced that's a good solution.
Me neither, to be honest. I'm worried it could lead to a lot of conflict and oppression.
Exactly. We should be looking for ways to empower everyone, not just the elite.
Agreed. I hope this philosophy doesn't gain too much traction. Seems like a dangerous path.
Definitely. We need to stand up for democratic values and make sure everyone has a fair shot.
Well said. I'll keep an eye on this situation and see how it develops.
Lesson 16, the New Deal proposal.
Hey, have you heard about the new government proposal called the New Deal?
No, I haven't. What is it all about?
It's a series of programs and policies aimed at helping the country recover from the economic crisis.
Interesting. What kind of programs are they proposing?
Well, they want to create jobs through public works projects, provide financial assistance to the unemployed, and regulate industries.
That sounds like it could be helpful. What do you think about it?
I've reviewed the proposal, and I have some mixed feelings about it.
Oh? What are your concerns?
On one hand, I like the idea of the government taking a more active role in supporting the people.
Yes, that could be really beneficial during these tough times.
But on the other hand, I'm a bit worried about the potential for government overreach and too much regulation.
I can understand that perspective. It's a delicate balance, isn't it?
Exactly. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the New Deal proposal?
Well, I think it's a bold and ambitious plan, and I'm hopeful that it could make a real difference.
I agree, it's definitely ambitious. I guess we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to follow the progress and see the impact it has.
Definitely. I'm glad we got to discuss it. It's a complex issue, but an important one.
Lesson 17, Strategic Thinking.
Hey, have you noticed how some video games really require strategic thinking?
Absolutely. The ones that keep you engaged and make you think deeply are the best.
I know, right? The ones that just have you mindlessly clicking get boring so fast.
Totally. The best games challenge you to plan ahead, consider different scenarios, and make tough decisions.
Exactly. It's like a mental workout while you're having fun.
Definitely. It's amazing how some game developers can create such immersive, strategic experiences.
I agree. Do you have any favorite strategic games you've been playing lately?
Well, I've been really into this city building game where you have to manage resources, plan infrastructure, and make policy decisions.
Ooh, that sounds right up my alley. What kinds of strategic choices do you have to make in that game?
Well, you have to balance things like housing, industry, transportation, and public services. You have to anticipate the needs of your growing population.
Wow, that does sound really compelling. I can see how it would get your brain working.
Definitely. It really keeps you engaged and on your toes. Do you have any favorite strategic games?
Well, I've been playing this complex military simulation game. The level of detail and the decisions you have to make are incredible.
Oh, that sounds fascinating. What kind of strategic planning goes into that?
You have to consider things like troop movements, supply lines, terrain, weather, and so much more. It's like running a real military operation.
Whoa, that sounds intense. I can see how that would really challenge your strategic thinking.
Absolutely. Those kinds of games are just so much more rewarding than the mindless ones, you know?
Lesson 18, Exciting Adventures.
Hey Anna, I hear you're planning a big trip soon. Where are you headed?
I'm so excited. I'm going to explore the ancient ruins in a remote jungle location.
Wow, that sounds incredible. I bet it'll be an amazing adventure.
I know, I can't wait. I've been wanting to visit that site for years.
That's a great choice. You won't be disappointed. What made you decide to go now?
Well, I finally got the time off from work, and the weather is supposed to be perfect.
Perfect timing then. Do you have any special plans or activities lined up for the trip?
Definitely. I'm going to do some hiking, participate in a cultural festival, and try the local cuisine.
Sounds like it's going to be an immersive experience. I'm sure you'll come back with incredible stories.
Absolutely. I'm hoping to capture some stunning photos too. I want to really immerse myself in the local culture.
That's so great. I'm sure you'll have an absolute blast. When do you leave?
I'm actually heading out in a couple of days. I'm packing up my gear tonight.
Wonderful, you must be buzzing with excitement. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you. I'll be sure to tell you all about it when I get back.
I can't wait to hear all about your adventures. Safe travels.
Lesson 19, Voyage of Discovery.
Morning. I heard you've been studying the history of ocean voyages.
Yes, I'm really fascinated by the stories of early explorers and their maritime adventures.
That's so interesting. What has surprised you most about those voyages?
Well, one thing that's really struck me is just how difficult and dangerous they were.
I can imagine. The conditions on those ships must have been pretty tough.
Exactly. This was because the conditions on the ships were extremely unhygienic.
Wow, that sounds awful. And the ships were far too crowded, weren't they?
Definitely. There was very little space for the large crews on board.
I bet the long journeys were grueling too, with no modern comforts or conveniences.
Absolutely. The sailors had to endure storms, disease, and all sorts of hardships.
It's amazing they were able to make these epic voyages at all, given the challenges.
I know. It really speaks to the bravery and determination of the early explorers.
For sure. Their thirst for discovery must have been incredible to overcome those obstacles.
Yes, they were driven by a sense of adventure and the desire to map the unknown.
It's inspiring to learn about their journeys and the legacies they left behind.
Definitely. I've gained a whole new appreciation for the age of exploration.
I can see why. It's such a fascinating chapter in human history.
Lesson 20, The Business of Sports.
Hey Anna, I heard you've been following the business side of sports lately.
Yes, it's been really interesting to learn about the commercial aspects of the industry.
What have you discovered? I'm curious to hear your insights.
Well, one key thing is the importance of private sponsorship for many sports organizations.
Ah, yes, those lucrative deals with corporations can really make a difference.
Absolutely. Teams and leagues are always trying to secure more sponsors.
And then there are the massive television contracts, right? That must generate huge revenue.
Definitely. Negotiating those deals with networks around the world is crucial.
I can imagine the amount of time and effort that goes into that process.
Oh, yes, it's a complex web of negotiations and legal agreements.
The business side of sports seems almost as competitive as the games themselves.
Haha, you're right about that. It's a constant hustle to maximize profits.
I guess that's the reality of modern professional sports these days.
For sure. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, so the stakes are incredibly high.
Fascinating stuff. It really shows how much more there is to sports than just the on-field action.
Exactly. The commercial side is a huge part of what keeps the whole system running.
I can appreciate that more now. Thanks for sharing your insights.
Lesson 21, Finding the Perfect Getaway.
Hey Anna, have you been planning any trips lately?
As a matter of fact, I have. I'm trying to find a nice weekend getaway.
Oh, really? Where are you thinking of going?
I was considering a trip to the Santa Barbara area. Have you been there before?
Actually, yes. I went a few years ago and had a wonderful time.
That's great to hear. What did you enjoy most about it?
The beach was absolutely stunning, and the downtown area was so charming.
Wonderful. That sounds right up my alley. Any recommendations on where to stay?
Let me think. There are plenty of great hotels and B&Bs in the area.
I was hoping you'd say that. Do you have any particular favorites you'd suggest?
Well, there's a really nice boutique hotel right on the waterfront that I loved.
Ooh, that sounds perfect. What was the name of it again?
I believe it was called the Miramar Beach Hotel. Great location and amenities.
Miramar Beach Hotel, got it. I'll have to look into that one.
And if that's not quite what you're looking for, there are lots of other options.
Good to know. I'll have to do some more research and see what fits best.
I'm sure you'll find the perfect place to relax and recharge.
I hope so. A little getaway is just what I need right now.
I hear you. Sometimes we all need to get away from the daily grind.
Absolutely. I can't wait to plan out the details and book something.
Well, let me know if you need any other Santa Barbara tips. I'm happy to help.
Lesson 22, Viral Marketing Buzz.
Morning. Have you seen the latest social media marketing campaign?
Yes, I have. It's been creating quite a buzz online.
Wow, really? What do you think about the approach they're taking?
It seems like a clever way to get people talking and engage the audience.
Definitely. The creative visuals and catchy slogans are super eye-catching.
Absolutely. And the way they're leveraging influencers is pretty genius.
Ah, yes, tapping into those established social media presences is so smart.
It helps expand the reach and credibility of the campaign.
For sure. And the interactive elements they've included are really fun.
Totally, the social media challenges and contests are a great way to get people involved.
definitely keeping people interested and invested in the brand.
Exactly. It's an effective way to build that sense of community and loyalty.
Impressive stuff. It seems like they really did their homework on this one.
Absolutely. The level of strategic planning and execution is top notch.
I'm curious to see how it all unfolds and what kind of results they get.
Me too. It's going to be interesting to track the campaign's performance and impact.
For sure. This kind of innovative digital marketing is the way of the future.